Hi, everybody. Okay, so I've been complaining for a while about no movement. I got my list today, and boy, did they move it today. Okay, so you're supposed to believe that somehow Kyle is able to get from Genoa City, Wisconsin to LA overnight. Now, I know that there are planes, but I mean, really? And then he had a line. Michael Mueller says, please hear me out. I came a long way. So, yeah. And I have a slight bone to pick about something, but I'll get to that a little later. But I have to include it. Okay. All right. So, as I mentioned, at the top of the show, we have Michael Mueller, Kyle, coming straight to LA to surprise Claire with flowers, a bunch of flowers. And she had the reaction that I would have, which is, "What are you doing here?" Because she said, "I need space and time." Okay, now she didn't know this until he came, but he begged her mother to tell him where she was. So, and then of course on Victoria's side, I'm gonna be on Victoria's side on this one because she thought she was doing the best thing and she told him where she is. So there's that. Okay. So of course she's there, and then he says, "Where's Holden? Where's Holden?" So of course it takes a while for them, and you're supposed to believe they just got up, and then Holden meets with her, and they have a whole day planned because Kyle comes in there and says, "I just want to spend some time with you," and she says, "No, I have some plans that I can't break and you can't be involved in." So she's putting her foot down. And then, um, you know, he notices, Holden notices that it's awkward. So then he gives them time to talk. And then that's when they really talk and stuff. But I don't know. Which makes me think that either A, there's two possibilities here. Well, I mean, of course, there's endless possibilities, but two that come to mind. Either they want a kind of a love triangle, sort of, where which one is she gonna choose? The new guy or her ex-boyfriend? Or he's just gonna be there for a while, Kyle, and then he's gonna go back home or whatever. So I don't know. Um, okay. So then moving on to storylines for a second. We have Noah, the new Noah, in the hospital uh, due to a car wreck. Now, I mentioned about Cassie yesterday. I forgot until they mentioned it today that all of Sharon's children have been in a car wreck in some fashion. Okay? Cassie happened the way I described it. And then Faith also had a car wreck or was involved in a car wreck. And that was when Adam gave her his liver or something. And that was supposed to mend fences between Adam and Nick because before that they were really at odds about something. Yeah, so I had forgotten that. So then Sharon says to Nick, who also happens to get there within 24 hours, although his story is more believable because Victor at the end of the show yesterday said, "Take my jet, take the jet." So that's believable. Um, so anyway, okay. Sharon is in the hospital, waiting for word or whatever. And she's sitting there, kind of hysterical. And Nick happens to pop up and, wants all the details about what happened, how it happened, why it happened, all this stuff. And she gives him all the details she has, but she doesn't know everything because she just doesn't know everything. And she wasn't there, and she's getting all the knowledge secondhand, so it's not the same. So of course they find out that he's gonna be fine. Um, he survived surgery, which wasn't really a worry anyway. And I kind of thought about this. I mean, they just recast the character with a new person. So why would they go through all the effort to recast to then unalive him? That makes no sense. Um, so then we don't have the reveal of the new Noah yet. So we're gonna have to wait on that one. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Well, there's Billy. I think there was Billy and Sally for a second, but not really. I mean, it was basically Nick and Sharon with Noah, and then Holden and Claire and Kyle. Oh, and then Nate and Victoria. Now, okay, now I have to mention this too. Which I have to mention it because I find it funky. And when I say funky, I'll explain what I mean by that. Okay, now, a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, I forget because I don't remember exactly the timing. But remember when they had Victoria and Nate as a couple? Remember? That was like a hot minute. Okay, it wasn't even a long relationship because her daddy, Victor, didn't like it and she listened to him and broke it off. And I was pissed off at the time because I said, okay, clearly you listen to your father more than yourself. And then also, I talked about something I talk about occasionally here, which is YNR is trying to be progressive. And in some ways they are, in some ways they aren't. Okay. They mention same same sex couples every now and again, but they do not allow interracial couples at all. And what I mean by that is they'll put them together and they'll tear them apart within a couple of months. And I'm not kidding, okay? Because I have examples for you. I have examples for you. Um, okay. Jeez. Christoph St. John and Ashley, Eileen Davidson. They put them together for a hot minute. They broke them up. Coincidentally, Christoph St. John did pass away, but I believe they would have broken them up anyway. Okay, they had what's the kids, even the kids, they had Faith and Moses together, but they broke up. They had well, Audra and Nate, although that's not black and white, but it's black and Hispanic. They broke them up. Um, you know, and then the latest one is Nate and Victoria. Now, as much as I'd like to see a reunion between the two, I don't want a reunion only because it's lazy writing. Okay, I'll give you an example. They put Victoria and Cole finally together because they were each other's long lost love, whatever, right? So then they unalive the character at a moment's notice. So the only reason they would put Nate and Victoria together at this point is because they got no one else to pair her with. Okay? That is what I call lazy writing. Okay, that's it. I said my piece. Okay. Oh, and hold on. There was something else I wanted to mention also. Um, well, just that, kind of another example of lazy writing. You have all the kids of one family get involved in car wrecks at some point. Okay, can you not come up with any other storylines but that? Seriously? Yeah, okay. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, so I don't know. Kind of happy about some storylines, not so happy on other storylines. But I guess that's another day on YNR. So, yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.